Hello, watchers of my channel, few as you are. It's nice to make contact with you again. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to do this stare into the camera kind of thing again, but really I just don't have the ability or the resources to get alternative footage to run with my little chats here. This is my only form of social media interaction. Over the period of the holidays, which we're still in at the moment, I've had the opportunity to call in and see a few friends, and one of the prevailing issues that seems to be out there in the world is that a lot of their young people are falling prey to what is called these days depression. I know that in this area here where I live, unprecedented numbers of young people have been committing suicide over the recent years. It's a shocking disease of our modern times. The professionals who actually don't seem to be able to cure anyone will tell you that it's a chemical imbalance in the brain. I expect that it does cause a chemical imbalance in the brain, but for those of us with any sort of insight, we realise that it's not a physical problem, this is a spiritual problem. Hopelessness, depression and so forth is a spiritual problem. Now, if you know anyone that is depressed at the moment, play them this video, because I'd firstly like to say that if you look at the world as it is at the moment and you're not depressed by it, there's definitely something wrong with you. So all you young people that are feeling depression, I have a great deal of sympathy for you, because I feel that unless you can see past what is the obvious manifestations of hopelessness and evil in the world, you're going to be depressed. I think it's actually quite natural human reaction to what you see, and indeed if you've got any intelligence at all, if you have any observational skills, you're probably going to be a bit depressed. However, taking the step of, hanging yourself from a rafter in the garage, or popping a sufficient number of pills, the exhaust pipe, vacuum cleaner hose thing, whatever, to end this life, I'm going to give you a possibility. I urge you not to do that. This is not a solution. Now, I don't know how deeply saddened and how deeply affected a person must be to take the life that they've been freely given and extinguish it by their own hand. But if you're thinking of doing this, have you entertained at all the possibility that by trying to end your life, you will fail? And that in fact this world and this life and this planet and this incarnation is just a shadow of what really is? Have you entertained the possibility that when you pull the trigger on the shotgun, or when you pop the pills, or when you kick away the ladder and dangle from the ceiling of the garage roof, that you will not be ending anything, you will just be beginning something, in order to realize something that will continue? Have you entertained the possibility that your soul is an immortal thing that does not die on the death of your body? Have you entertained the possibility that you are not a person with a soul, you are a soul with a temporary body, and that should you extinguish your life in order to end the hell of this existence, that you may in fact be opening the door to an even greater and more awful hell. This is probably not a particularly encouraging video for anyone that is a little bit depressed. However, it's not necessarily always our job to be encouraging, is it? It's our job to speak of reality. Or indeed, as we come and humbly unto the Lord, He will open doors for us that allow us to live in the light. And when we live in the light, we can see things that those that live in the darkness cannot see. And if you're depressed, if you're feeling hopeless, then no matter what way you want to put it, you're living in the dark. But there is a light, and there is a greater reality. There is, believe it or not, hope amongst the hopelessness. So before you tie up the noose, before you load the shotgun and stick your head over it and set off the trigger with your toe, before you do all those things, the Bible tells us that in order to gain our life, we must lose it. So whatever is prompting you to lose your life, that is a good thing, not a bad thing. You're just going about it the wrong way. So if you've had enough, if you've just had enough, most of the breakthroughs that I've had in my life have been because I've just had enough of something, and I've just said, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I've had enough. So if you've had enough, get down on your knees. Don't string up the noose. Get down on your knees at the foot of your bed and say, God, if you exist, if you're there, if you actually did give me my life, and if you do actually care, then take my life, take it, give it away to the Lord, give it up to the Lord, give it up, say, I give you my life, I don't want it any longer because I don't like this very much. Jesus, take my life and fill it with something better. So do that before you take the drastic step of ending anything, because there are no endings, there are only beginnings. I wish you hope, I wish you peace. God bless you as we go into the 2020 year. Going to be interesting, isn't it? Looking forward to it. Amen.
You'd better join us when we say we've got to
give it up, give it up, give it up.
Ain't no use tomorrow.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
All our sadness and our
Give
sorrow.
it up, give it up, give it up.
We got to give it on up today.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
Now that's the price we gotta pay.
Give it up, give it up, give it up.
All our sadness and our sorrow.
Give it up,